Hey, first I'm gonna start off by showing you guys my machines. This is the cavitation machine, and that's the vacuum therapy. Alright, first the cavitation machine, it is digital. So all you have to do is press the buttons on the front to get to the settings you want. That's the cavitation settings. You can turn the energy level up or down right here. And you can set your timer to whatever you want. It goes up and down in increments of 5. So, whatever time you want to leave your clients on, that's when you use that. All right, now that right there is the frequency of the ultrasonic waves. You can have it go faster or slower. That is the start and stop button. So you see when you press the start button, the timer starts going down. When you change the settings, the timer resets itself. But you don't have to use the setting, the time setting that comes up. It's gonna always be 30 minutes. You can change it to whatever you want. All right, now this is the vacuum therapy machine. It's also digital. It has a start and stop button, but it also has this extra little button on the back that you turn up and down. That makes the suction get harder or, softer according to whatever your client needs. That right there is the modes. It goes all the way up to 9. The modes, when you use the mode change, it just holds the butt or whatever part of the body you're putting in there for a long amount of time, depending on what setting or mode that you choose. All right. So now we're gonna start my favorite part, the cavitation portion of the whole ordeal. Alright, before I start the cavitation, I always do a little massage first just to help dislodge some of those fatty cells so that when I do the cavitation, it's easier for the fat to melt, dislodge, and move into all the places that I need them to be. Alright, so I'm going to do the massage on each leg and buttocks area for at least 3 to 4 minutes apiece. And while I'm doing the massage, I'm just using a lavender and a eucalyptus massage oil. Now we're getting into the good part, my favorite part, which would be the cavitation. First, you use your ultrasound gel. Pour a good little bit on there. That way, when you're using the cavitation handle, you won't shock your client. I know, because I've done it on myself, and trust me, I have shocked myself a few times. So it's best to use a little bit of the gel, Choose the cavitation settings, and I'll choose the energy. I usually start off at a 6, which is good to start out with because everybody can take a 6. And then, you just move the energy level up as need be. Alright. I like to start from the thighs and push upwards. And I push upwards because as I'm melting the fat from the thighs and right up under the butt area, I'm pushing them up so that they can move into the places where I want them at while I'm doing my vacuuming. This process right here, I usually do 20 to 25 minutes, depending on the client and how hard it is to melt their fat and push it to where I need it to be. On this particular client, she had like the deepest fold in little fatty pocket right underneath the butt. So you're gonna see that I spend most of the time, or a lot of the time, right there under her buttocks, trying to melt that little bit of fat that she has right there, just to push that up and give it a better lift. And don't forget, ladies, while you're melting and pushing, you're also shaping the area. Make sure to shape, okay? So there is a technique that you are taught when you're doing cavitation. Me, I like to do my own little remix on things once I learn the ins and outs of everything. So I remix it according to the client. You know what I mean? As you can see, right underneath her cheek where I'm cavitating at right now, that's where the fat pocket was at that I was talking about. So, you know, I kind of have to deviate from the plan a little bit to work on that a little harder, but like I said, you gotta adjust according to your client. Alright, now what I'm about to do is use the vacuum. The vacuum helps to pull all the fat that you just liquefied up into the areas that you want to plump up. Of course, it's not going to pull all of it up, but it just helps with the movement of the fat. Again, with the suction, it's just like all the other handles. You can change the strength of the suction, change the mode of how it's gonna suck, you know what I'm saying? And you will just change that, of course, according to how much your clients can take. Right here, I'm explaining to her that we could use the wood therapy tools instead of the suction, because it seemed like she couldn't really take the pain of the suction. But she wasn't with it. She's like, listen, I'm a G. I can take it. Let's do the suction. So that's what we did. We kept up with the suction. Now only do that in each area about 5 to 6 times. You know, you don't really need that much, because with the massage and everything else you do to dislodge the fat and help to move the fat up, using the vacuum, it helps also, but it's not detrimental that you do that process over and over and over and over. You know what I mean? It works 5, 6 strokes. Boom, done. There's also a vacuum suction handle that you attach to the cupping machine. It just doesn't have the RF lights that the one on the cavitation machine has. So you could really use either one. Alright, now we're going to get to the vacuum cupping part. Just hook your cups to the end of your hose. You have to get them in the right spot. With this booty right here, it was a little rough getting them in the right spot for me, but I got them. They was on there. But anyway, after you get the cups into the right position, you'll go ahead and turn your suction up. You can change the mode on the vacuum cupping machine also, the same way you can do it with the cavitation machine. You'll turn the mode to whatever suction your client can take. Turn the suction up to whatever they can take. And let it ride for 30 minutes. So yeah, you let that go for 30 minutes, and then they and you are through. And ladies, let's please remember to clean all of your equipment before and after each procedure. Thank you.